And for the portfolio, come on. Since delta and gamma are linear operators, portfolio delta is some product of deltas. Oh, position now. I'm sorry. Some product of course, I lost that. Some product of the position size. I'm going to actually hit F4 and fix that. And the deltas as well. And I'm going to copy this down because I fixed. Yep. And these are going to be all rose colored. All right. Dark green letters. And here, I'm going to do the following. I'm going to add that absolute value. Actually, I'm going to add the squares. And I'm going to make that red and white. My job is to figure out those two little blue cells, number of contacts on this put, technically speaking, number of shares, but you get my meaning, and number of shares. If it comes up negative, that means I need to short that one. If it comes up positive, I need to buy that one. And I kind of asked you guys to do something like this for your homework assignment. We're going to do this with Solver, okay? If you don't have Solver on your computer, you have to do this only once. Go to File, Options. Of course, this thing, add-ins. Let me take this to up. And manage Excel add-ins Go. Make sure, in fact, I've never had this activated on this new computer. So actually, I have to do it myself. I also use Analysis Toolpak and these two. All right. Go back. Now, under the Data tab, at the very end, you're going to have something that says Solver, okay? And I'm going to hit Solver. This is a tool that allows you to either minimize an objective function, maximize an objective function, or make it equal to a certain value. by changing certain cells, and you may even have restrictions on those. So I want to minimize this cell, okay? Because if both delta and gamma are 0, since those are squares of that, that cell is going to be exactly 0. And by doing what? By changing these two things, I don't know. I don't want to make him non-negative. That's what Excel does by default. They could be negative. And I have no other restrictions. Hit solve. What? It doesn't have a formula? Oh, I must have hit the wrong one. Boom. Now you have a delta gamma neutral position. Basically, it says you. I mean, it is not surprising that you have to buy that other option because on this put, you're short. So to compensate for that gamma exposure, you have to buy some other option. Okay, and you have to buy that many contracts, but you also only have to sell just 4 shares. Okay, remember that thing also has a delta. Depending upon the second option you use to counterbalance the gamma, that number could change. But at the end of the day, I have used, I have delta gamma neutral position. Now, those, if there are whiplashes, yes, I'm going to be hurt on my 2931, but I'm going to be compensated on my other position, on the whiplash part. As a manager of an option book, this is the minimum you need to do, right? Another thing I'm going to worry about, and I'm going to basically do just that. You kind of get the idea. You're probably getting the sign that for your homework position, for your homework assignments, I'm going to ask you to have hedges that are not just delta gamma neutral, but other things neutral as well. But the idea is entirely the same. Suppose I also want it to be theta neutral, okay? Well, let's look at the theta of this position. You're supposed to auto hide. Okay. Look at the theta. I mean, in this case, I like that because I am short this option. This says if one day passes and nothing happens in the market, everything else is exactly the same. Underlying price, volatility, interest rates, everything is the same. The only thing that differs is it's tomorrow. Tomorrow, this option contract is going to be $19 cheaper if everything remains the same.